Travis, I mean, it's the award ceremony. Holy shit!
What?
Can't even believe this is coming along. Yeah, like, are you ready?
The award ceremony that just happened like the other
Yeah.
day that everybody was talking about on Twitter and stuff. What do
No,
we have an award show?
Yeah, we have an award show. Oh my god, I'm not even wearing pants.
I've played like 2 goddamn games that came out this year. Well, how can we have an awards show? I don't even have a blazer.
Get your blazer on. I'm not even wearing any pants right now. Thank God nobody can see us. Sweetie.
Your pants? All right.
Pants? Yeah, okay. All right.
Travis, do you have your pants? No, you're wearing pants.
Travis, are you getting your blazer? God damn it. Get your.
Hold on. I'm calling my dad to see if he has a blazer. Give me a second.
Okay, yeah. And,
your tie?
can you do
Okay. Yeah.
Just real quick.
Yeah. Jesus, Tannen, your shirt's not even buttoned up
Yeah,
right.
I know. I got cheese down it too. Like, can you wipe that off? Get one of these tie sticks on it. Tie stick.
Okay.
Right now.
Right.
Lawrence, what the hell are you doing coming here with tie stick?
Guys, I got Tide Pods. Do you want some?
Oh, yeah, just put a Tide Pod right on there.
I actually saw a life hack. Let me see that. Let me see that.
Yeah, just
I'm
do it.
good to go. I talked to my dad. He's on his way with my goddamn
Oh my
blazer.
god. And what is this? This is going to be episode 47, and it's also the reset button. Let's just say it at the same time, Travis, on 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. It's the Reset Button Award Ceremony 2018.
Wait, how can we do a ceremony? Do we have candles? How can there be a ceremony, Tanner? What the hell is going? Where are we? Where are we?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the year-end award. I don't know. Karen already brought us in. Oh God! Just you know what? Go ahead. Just
You know what? Why are you sweating so much? Oh my God!
Just 3, 2, 1. Karen, just go ahead and do the intro.
Here, have some fucking paper towels and do the intro, please, Karen.
Reset Button's Year-End Gaming Awards 2018.
We weren't lying. It really is the Year-End Game Awards right here. The Reset Button. We are back after a month. Tannen, my man, and what's going on? Happy end of 2018. Is that a thing? Happy holidays. It is that. That is the thing. You are a thing. We are a thing. Where can everyone catch us? How you been? Do it.
Oh my God! Where do I begin? Well, you all know me as Tannen, and it's just so great to be up here and with our award show. Just a little bit of a quick shout out. You can catch us at Hibiki TMD, of course, at twitter.com.
Damn it, Tannen. God damn it.
Take out that, of course.
Damn it.
I know. I did it again.
I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to correct. Just go. Just keep going.
The Hibiki TMD.
Hey.
This has been brought to you by.
I mean, we're in tuxedos, for Christ's sakes. You got to nail this.
I know. I'm just. Well, don't nail me off. Oh my God, people are walking out. Anyway, though.
Hey, you get back here and you sit your ass down. You get back in that chair right now.
By the way, we're not alone. It cannot be any kind of award show without the third piece of the Triforce here, Tannen, who is with us also.
Karen Dunn is with us, and she's a major bouncer on this crowd. Not for breaking up fights or anything like that over what we pick on games. She's just forcing people to be here.
She's been playing the bouncer on PS2 nonstop, so she's reenacting it because she loves it. That's what she does
loves
for
it
us.
that much, and she's forcing you to sit your ass down and listen. So anyway, you can find us at the Hibiki TMD at Twitter. You can also find my ass usually on my Facebook. It's Tannen Smith. Or Tannen Paul, sorry. See, look, I even got my own shit wrong. Nobody ever sends me a friend request. You can also find us on Facebook at the Reset Button. And, well, of course, we always love your comments, your love and everything with me as far as Twitter goes. I mean, I'm there, folks.
Like Tannen said, hit the subscribe down below. Everything Retro Gaming Pro Wrestling. But Tannen, like we said, first episode since our Halloween episode, what better way to come back? You know, we just had the actual Game Awards the other day, which everyone's up in arms, fucking God of War and Red Dead 2 and blah, blah, blah. We decided, you know what, let's have our year-end awards. And let's get one thing straight to everybody listening. This actual award show that we're doing does not mean 2018 new games, because quite frankly, Tannen and I played a good bit, but not a lot. So we can't, in all fair, it's just games that we played for the first time, have played before, but just dove into again this year. In this year, just for us, our personal award show. If you don't like it, I mean, our bouncer's over here to escort you out. It's all good, but for us, not all about
Our
2018.
over here to kick your ass if you're going to argue with those rules.
You know
And that's
what?
right.
You
It's
guys
the games
need
that
this.
we discovered for 2018. You know, nobody else. To us, a new game is a new game.
Yep.
Yeah, basically just everything they. Sorry, Travis. I didn't mean to reinterpret what you said, but sometimes you just got to repeat.
Sometimes you gotta mime. You gotta pull out the face paint and just become a mime.
Just rinse, lather again, rinse and lather again.
Speaking of rinsing and lathering again, we got a good bit of awards here to give out tonight. We'll call them the Tannies, the Tanny Awards.
Oh, the Titty Awards!
Tannen, our first award tonight is what?
Looks like it's gonna be Best Indie Game. Yeah, that's right. Those little third-party hard-hitter players, the ones that really kind of pull at your bones. Some of them are heart-wrenching. Some of them are really emotional, delving games that we don't really get to experience usually now. But with these days, this new medium has shit. I am blubbering up my words.
Also, 9 times out of 10, though, these games are made by developers who, because they're indie developers, a lot of them start from, I don't want to say the bottom,
Scratch?
but
Or they're just starting
they
from
have a
start.
love for gaming. They're just not, it's not just their job. Like, they love gaming. Like, you can tell in the work that comes out from them,
Oh my God, so much. And you're talking about like a development team usually ranging from 1 to like 10 people, as far as like a team goes. And that's really rigorous work. I mean, you're giving up a lot to be an indie developer.
Not every time though. You're Inafunes and two games flat out indie games I wish I did play this year, Tannen, were Dead Cells, which looks amazing, which I can't wait to play one day, and Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, the first one, the old school one.
Yeah, that does look really
made
good.
by the Castlevania creator, and those guys, they're probably not hurting for money anytime soon. So it's not always, these starving artist types, but in most cases, it is, and it's just the love that they have for it. And you can see. But for Tannen, for you this year, what was that game?
Well, it's not always, and I'm not going to just throw out one game right now. Right now, just to announce, I am playing a couple of independent games, one of them being Earthworms, which is a click-around adventure game that I downloaded for the Switch. It's a very interesting, kind of a weird game. Looks like it's hand-drawn as far as graphically goes. It's really worth checking out. It was on sale in the Nintendo eShop, and I just happened to pick it up. And I'm a big fan of what people used to be known as, Scum games.
Yeah.
So it's a click-around adventure. It's called Earthworms. You're a detective, but everything's really strange. It's a really off-the-wall game. Highly recommend it, honestly, for the price tag that I paid for it, which was $2.99. I mean, shit. I could have gone out and gotten a Whopper. You know what? I got that. The other indie game that I am going to throw out now, also just as a runner-up, The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. I'm in the middle of that game. It's a full-on FMV game. The interesting concept about this is that you play the part of a psychiatrist, and you are interviewing patients who used to be the former patients of Dr. Decker, who was murdered. Your goal is to actually find the correct patient who murdered this dear Dr. Decker. As I said, though, it's full-on FMV, so this is real people actually talking to you, you listening to them, you giving them feedback, and really feeding through their answers. A really interesting game in a way. Honestly, a lot of people would call it boring, and I will admit it has made me want to go to sleep very often. However, though, I wake up the next morning thinking the next night, I cannot wait to pick up Dr. Decker again and try to figure out his fate. So that's my runner-ups. However, though, my best indie game that I have played this year was a game that came out a couple years back, Lost Planet. This game is a platformer puzzle game where you are an astronaut on a lost planet. You soon find out, I'll just give you the twist, that it was once inhabited. As everything unveils about it, it becomes a very emotionally distressing story. I will also admit that I was in so much tears when I finished the game that when Karen came out into the room and I tried to explain the plot to her, I started choking up again and crying. A lot of people are probably going to laugh at this and be like, if that's your response, then you really didn't play the game. It does hit you emotionally in the balls, in my opinion, and that was my best indie game that I've played of 2018.
Very good. I don't have a ton of runner-ups to talk about, but I will say my biggest disappointment for me was Double Dragon 4. Man, that just wasn't what I was expecting. I expected so much more. It felt so, I don't want to say rushed, but man, just so half-assed. Like, have you played that game, Tannen?
I did not pick it up at all. Unfortunately, I really wish I had, just to see if I would have any kind of a comeback to that. But from what I heard, it did kind of lose its arcade, even in an NES sense, angst.
I know a good runner-up I can name, actually. Song of the Deep is actually not too bad. It's kind of like...
Ooh, yeah, that was a good one.
It was like kind of like Castlevania in a submarine, is the best way to describe that game. This is a good one. But for me, my favorite one I played this year, it's not new by any means. It didn't come out this year, like we said, but it was Abzu, a game where you're a scuba diver and it's not violent, it's not hectic. There are points where you can lose and stuff, but it's really just to sit back, take it all in, just the beauty of what an indie game can be. Like, it's gorgeous. Yeah, I would expect nothing less from a game. I know a lot of people didn't like Journey, and a lot of people don't like Abzu, but I liked Abzu. I appreciate it, I think, more than I don't know. It's really good.
The crowd's standing up. I mean, there's somebody out there. I mean, Susan Sarandon is in the third row crying right now about the best indie games that we picked. It is a tie draft. They both get the T and T awards, as I like to call it, the Reset Button Award. So Abzu and Lost Planet get Best Indie Game.
Congratulations, the first ever recipients of the Tanny Awards. But Tannen, we're not done giving them out. What is up next? We are stacked with categories here.
Well, this year, both of us being the judges, it now is Best Fighting Game. And with it, though, I would like to have my friend Bane come and list the nominees. Bane. Oh, thank you for letting me join you.
Oh my goodness. Unannounced. It is so good. It's been almost 2 years, Bane. Welcome back. Thank you for being our unannounced special guest. We always got a trick up our sleeve. Bane, who's fighting? Let's get down to business right now. Fighting game of the year.
Having me on here. I just want to let you all know this has been great. The nominees are Mortal Kombat XL, PS4 and Microsoft Xbox One. What are the other fighting games anybody else has been playing?
We have a good bit here, Bane, but we only got so much shows. If you could maybe speed up the process a little bit.
The second nominee is Injustice 2 by DC Studios. I never will. Again, same studio. That seems appropriate. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection for the Switch. That's about it. I'll go ahead and open up the...
Well, you had Soul Calibur 6, Bane. You had Smash just came out. There's some doozies.
Smash doesn't count. It showed up too late in the show.
Bane is in the camp of Smash doesn't count as a fighting game, everyone.
No, Bane is in the camp that it doesn't count as being opened in 2018. Anyway, for the best fighting game that Tannen and Travis have played this year, we give it to Injustice 2.
It's a collective group effort, Tannen and I, and Bane, who, unfortunately, the wrong Bane was in Injustice 2. I'm sorry you didn't get the casting call, Bane.
Can I accept this award on his behalf?
That's mighty white of you, Bane. But Tannen, man, I gotta agree. Injustice 2, it was amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
much meat.
Bane, just get off the stage. Like,
Oh, but I get the award, don't I?
no, you get to go away. Go away, Bane.
And the fighting community online for Injustice 2 has not gone away, especially with all the DLC that's out now. You got the Turtles in there, you got Hellboy, you got all kinds of.
Yeah.
goodness.
I actually got the full version, and that gold version really like opened up. I mean, I really do enjoy that fighting game now at this point. And every time I play that game, it makes me get a double cheese pizza. Just because of the victory with this long stretch, and then I have to get a pizza, and then I do the long stretch of cheese. Sounds cheesy, folks, but it is what it is. Anyway, like everybody, clap for that. Yeah, Injustice 2.
Applause.
I will say though, we do got to mention Smash literally just came out like 2 days ago. Neither of us have yet to play it. Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, it will be sooner than later, and I have a feeling it's going to be very much involved in next year's awards ceremony. We go on now to we'll go on now really quick to best first-person shooter. Honestly, for me this year, I really hadn't gotten into the first-person shooters, and then I got a Switch, from Karen for her anniversary, and I got Doom for it. And then I hooked up the Switch to the network, and wow, I really enjoy that as a first-person shooter. Ain't nothing like having a handheld first-person shooter that runs like Halo, kind of plays like Halo, and a multiplayer thing. And I just really that's all I have to say about it. I mean, come at me, I know Battlefield and all that came out this year, but to me, to be able to have this just little Doom package and all these people fighting at me, and for the engine just feels so Halo-like to me. I can just jump in whenever I'm taking a poop, and I can, also play capture the flag. Fuck yeah, Doom for the Switch is my winner this year. Travis, is yours?
Tons of honorable mentions. Call of Duty World War II, games like that came out this year. Battlefront 2, major disappointment, Tannen.
You mean the World War I one, Battlefield 5?
Battlefront 2, Star Wars.
Oh, Battlefront 2, yeah. God, I don't even want to get into that shit show.
But for me, good.
No, I was just saying everything's been like a really big disappointment as far as like anything that EA or DICE does, because it's pay to play. At least Fortnite approaches it where, hey, this is going to be free, but it's a freemium game. They could have done that with Star Wars.
And imagine this, Tannen. This is probably the first ever award show to go down in 2018 where Fortnite isn't going to win a single fucking award on this show, guys.
Sorry, not a thing.
Tannen, we don't play it, game, so
don't play it. Don't play it. Don't play it. I thought about playing it. Freemium. But I just don't feel like getting on there, getting my ass kicked by a bunch of 12-year-olds who just got a, Fortnite gift card with a bunch of upgraded weapons and armor. Well, I should be whooping ass, and their asses are, very fortified. I'm not going to do it. Sorry.
Kids. No, for me, Dying Light. It's not a new game by any means, but it's the first time I played it this year. Really enjoyed it. It was more like Dead Island, which is obviously, but it was refined. It was a perfected Dead Island. Most of the gripes I had from the Dead Island series, I seem like were resolved in Dying Light, and I could see why people enjoyed this game. It was straight up. It was in your face. It was gory. It was fun. The gameplay was solid and tight, and I had a good time with it. It was tough too.
Yeah, Anyway, the best horror game, and best horror game that I played this year. This is always a drawback for me. Because sometimes I'll even go back into the old PS2 classics and be able to come back and say, that was the best fucking horror game I've played this year. No, this year was a new one for me, folks. And it's definitely a really good one. A lot of people had complaints about this game, but I loved it. It was the Dead Space 4 I've been waiting for. Hollow for the Switch. Oh my God.
Talked about it last episode, but tell us why again this is your horror game of the year.
Dude, this game, the audio alone is just, yeah, and when you're playing something within your hands that makes you jump,
you got a good one.
I mean, this is the type of game that you need to put a tempered glass shield over your Switch for, folks, because when you're playing in the dark with headphones on, guess what? You're going to jump. You're going to drop your Switch on the fucking floor, because that is going to, it's got jump scares. It's got everything. It is like they took Dead Space and made it into a first-person shooter, with also all those occult factors, as well as like the isolation of Alien, and it's still a little bit, you know, more action than what Alien Isolation was. But still, the puzzle solvers of the original Dead Space, it's a great throwback. If you're a fan of Dead Space, highly recommend this game. You know, I've really enjoyed it, and I just, yeah, that is what it is.
Dead Space on the show lately, and for you, that's like you said, the Dead Space 4 you wanted, not Extraction, some on rails weird RPG, which was good, but not what you wanted, and you got it.
No, it's the Dead Space 2 that I wanted in a way. Dead Space 2 was just so action focused. Where this, I mean, you got to rewire shit. You still have your puzzles that you have to like do things in time with. You really have to think with this game, just like you did with the original. While meanwhile, there are demonistic fucking alien beings on a starship trying to fucking kill you.
And plus, you hate Dead Space 3. Let's just say. That's also...
every Dead Space fan hates Dead Space 3.
Yeah, there you go. For me, like I said, first ever 2-time winner of the Tannies. I got to go back to Dying Light, man. It had its jump scares, too, for what it was for me. Very gory, like I said. Very, very... It was action heavy, but it had its elements of, you know, you got to be stealthy, survival horror. Definitely survival horrors to it. 2-time winner, Dying Light for me, horror game of the year.
Wow, that's a 1-2 punch.
1-2 punch.
All right, just moving on really quick before we take a little bit of a break. Remake of the year. This is like our halfway point here. Remake of the year, Travis.
We're going to agree again. Once again.
Yeah, we are going to agree. Well, no, I'm actually going to drift off, but I am going to also be like, ooh, good one. Because it was, I had played yours last year.
I like how all the nominees, I feel like you go in their face with a Tanny Award and you dangle it over their face. You're like, well, maybe I'll come back. You're kind of a prick to our nominees, Tannen.
Yeah, but either way, like
at least you put pants on though. So
yeah, I put a fucking tie on. Like, look at me. Like, I look fucking good. Fuck all you.
You'd look like a Clooney.
Hold on. Just 1 second. Gotta screen that out.
Oh,
yeah,
we got an adjustment. Okay, good. All right, awesome. My
You're
remake
alive,
of the
guys.
year, the Crash trilogy. Holy shit! What the fuck? I haven't even gotten this for the Switch yet. I have it for the PS4. My God, this thing looks beautiful. This thing is like, and you know what? The thing about Crash Bandicoot was it was already perfect. It's already a perfect game for what it looked like back then with the polygony everything. But then once you polish it up and just really put it together, holy shit.
I don't know if they were damn good. I don't know if they were perfect. You know what this remake reminded me of? It's how fucking hard the Crash games were, because I forgot how merciless they can be.
Oh, yeah, no, they will make you want to cry at some point. But you know what? You just got to keep running, man.
What's your favorite Crash game out of them? Because a lot of people say 2, but I prefer just the linear 1 for me.
2 for me.
2 is really fucking good. But I just love 1 so much.
2 hands down, man.
There you go.
Anyway, your remake of the year was one that actually took me by surprise, and personally one of my favorite games since I was a kid.
My remake of the year? I thought we had the same one with Crash, because that's what I agreed with you.
No, your remake of the year was Day of the Tentacle.
Oh, that's fuck me. That's right. See, we're live, guys. Like I said, apologies to our audience. I don't mean to drop F-bombs. They're going to kick me off. I don't want Karen to punch me. Yes, Day of the Tentacle. I know it's not from 2018, guys. I get it, but I played it the first time this year. Another game for me once again. It was fucking great, but like we were saying off air, backstage, behind the red curtain, Tannen, before the show, it just made me end up playing Maniac Mansion because you can play it within the game if you get on the computer in Day of the Tentacle. And
Yeah.
sometimes I forget I'm playing Day of the Tentacle because I play that more because everyone loves Maniac Mansion.
Well, what's great about it too is that you got the updated version of the original one via Ned's computer in the updated version of Day of the Tentacle. That's 2 games in fucking one, people. It is amazing.
You know what's like brownie points for me for any remake is having the ability on like a touching the gamepad or on like an Xbox One controller, like having the ability to switch the modern graphics to the original retro on the fly is amazing. And I did that so much with Day of the Tentacle.
They did that really well too with Full Throttle. I would really love for more of their Scum games to actually get their proper remakes. The Dig especially is one that I really want to have an HD remake. That was one of the ones that really topped it for me. It was one of the last LucasArts Scum games. After that, they went into Outlaws, which was a first-person shooter, which was a Doom-style Western, which, if you think about it, was one of the first Western games they ever made, but still had the animated intros and everything. Just they always knew how to get to your emotional ends on that, and Outlaws had a damn good soundtrack. I mean, LucasArts was always a really good developer when it came to PC.
Well, Tannen, have no fear. If you long for Western, stick around later in the award show. Our Game of the Year is going to be presented by a very special guest. There's maybe a little hint there, but got a few more tricks up our sleeve, special guests coming down. Don't go away, Tannen. You said we do have a break coming up, though. We're plowing through this award show, though. I'm so proud of us.
Yes, we are. Anyway, though, you ready to take a break just for a second?
When we come back, stick around. More of the year-end awards right here in the reset button. Tannen, Karen, Bane, the whole gang, more surprises. Right here's our buddies from the Red Leaf Retrocast. Stick around. We'll be right back.
We have more games for best racing, retro gaming, and best in Switch and all the other platforms.
Did you give Bane Wild Turkey, Tannen?
Hey Colin, did you get the cardboard cutout of Console Kev?
Did I ever? It's amazing.
Oh, I think so too. I hate that guy. Kevin, what are you doing here?
Just eavesdropping on all the bad things you say about me. My usual Wednesday.
Oh, well, did you at least prepare for the Retro Gaming Podcast?
Absolutely not.
Oh, God, that figures. Alright, it's okay. I'll take it from here. Basically, we pick a theme every time, and we pick a number of games based on that theme. You know, just like our first episode where it lasted forever and we talked about space games.
Yeah, and other good, all the mainstream systems and games you love, like the 3DO, the Atari Jaguar.
Oh, come on! Colin, you back me up here. The 3DO is awesome, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were friends. I mean, it's cool. Alright.
If you want to hear 3 guys talk about games that are bad because JD picked them all, and good games that Kevin picked, join us.
Who here wants to see a bunch of nerds talking video games with a little bit of anime thrown in there? Nobody? Just me? Damn!
Well, speaking of anime, Colin, we have an anime cast as well.
Yes, we do. All retro anime. Many of which I have never heard of myself. And I'm a weeb!
Very similar premise there. We pick a retro anime, at least 15 years or older, and we review it every episode. We also keep up on all the modern stuff, all the seasonal things from the year. Hey, Kevin, you just got back into wrestling, right?
I did.
Oh my god, did you know we also have a wrestling cast that just started?
I do now, because nobody tells me anything.
Ah, well, what do you think of the big dog these days?
He still sucks.
Well, that's good. Well, luckily, we just don't complain about WWE stuff. We also talk about a lot of the latest and greatest from the rising indie scene, New Japan, and Ring of Honor.
I like rings and honor.
Well, you should definitely listen to the Red Leaf Retrocast. We have such a wide range of topics, ideas to discuss, and just anything to review. It's fantastic, don't you guys think so?
It's alright!
Absolutely. And thanks again for the Sailor Moon episode. That's got me a lifetime supply of salt for my fries. From the fans. Ha!
That's the Red Leaf Retrocast. All things gaming, anime, and wrestling, found on all your favorite podcasts.
Welcome back to the Reset Button's Year-End Gaming Awards 2018.
And we are back. Oh,
simultaneously jinxies.
No, double jinxies, no takesies, backsies. Give me a Dr. Pepper.
Tannen, you, me, and Karen are all back. We're not dicking around back here at our year-end award show. Let's get right into it. Our next award, let's take it to Karen once again. Retro Game of the Year. Tannen, we played a lot of firsts. You know, we're lucky because we do it on our format on the show every week to give ourselves a game of the week. Usually it's a game we've never played before. So that's we got a lot to work with here. I got to get down to honorable mentions, all that good stuff. Retro Game of the Year for you, Tannen.
Retro Game of the Year for me was actually suggested by you. And it was one of those ones I had never actually, I admitted it earlier, owned. I had rented it when I was a kid. I actually played through it and really muscled through it as best as I could with a lot of frustration, but no needing of argument. For my favorite retro game will be Ninja Gaiden on the NES. It was on the NES Mini. I freaking love this game. It definitely still stands the test of time. It could have been re-released as an indie game. Somebody could have came up with this from scratch and it still could have been a fucking awesome game. It really definitely brought in that arcade form. I could definitely see why so many people loved it back in the day. It was one that I definitely missed out as a kid. But me and my 33 at the time years old soul loved it so fucking much. Blew me away.
It's weird you said arcade form too, because the original arcade version is nothing like the NES version. And I actually prefer the NES version over the original arcade version. Just like Double Dragon, the original Double Dragon.
Same here, especially with the original Double Dragon. I don't know what it is, but the Ninja Gaiden just, I loved it. Loved all of it. Loved every boss. Loved every level. And its gameplay was it was good. Just good. You did have the whole, you could scroll back, but if you scrolled forward, that damn enemy respawning. But
there is a glitch where you can make them disappear by doing that at a certain speed, too.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Damn, that would have made it a lot easier. Fuck
Cheaters
me.
unite. Yay. I'm cheating in a tux. It's a fucking classic. In my opinion, out of the three on the NES, it's not my favorite. 2 is my favorite, but the first 2 are the only 2 that are beatable because 3 is impossible. The end boss, it's impossible. Trust me. But 1 is great, and I'm glad that's I'm happy that you liked it so much. Because I love that game. And you know what? The cutscenes in it for the time, the music.
Oh my god, they were
amazing.
The cutscenes and everything was just awesome.
And the cutscenes gave you incentive to keep playing, even though it got harder, because you wanted to see how good the next cutscene was going to be and how the story was going to progress. It was like reading a comic too, or a manga or something.
Yeah, no, hands down, that was my favorite retro discovery. And that was recommended by you. Your selection was also recommended by me. I'm glad we had a great.
Well, it was, and then yours is an honorable mention until I remember what my actual game is going to be when I went upstairs on the break. Upstairs being up the tower, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Solar Jetman was my honorable mention. The game you gave me for Game of the Week. I can't believe I'd never heard of this game before. The controls were they're different. They're kind of like, I don't know. You control your jet and your momentum takes you. Either way, it wasn't too hard. It was unplayable. It wasn't broken gameplay. It was solid. It wasn't perfect, but I liked it. The soundtrack was good, and I'm glad you gave it to me. My winner, though, couldn't believe I forgot this one. Earlier in the year, if you kept up on the channel, or new ones, by all means, go back, catch them on demand. Cheap plug. I had Godzilla month this year. One of the games I played on there, I never played before. It's a kind of Godzilla game everybody always wanted. Godzilla Kaiju Daikasen was only released on the Super Famicom. It was a straight-up Godzilla 2D fighter. Wasn't one of the best 2D fighters, but it was damn good. It was fucking way better than the one we got in America. and I couldn't believe that we didn't get this. It's heartbreaking sometimes to go back and play games that only Japan got. It's like, if only we would have got this as kids, I wouldn't be playing fucking dog shit.
No, that's one of the ones that I actually have on my SNES Mini, and it fucking is awesome.
It's great. I love it. That's my retro game of the year I'd never played before. Some dog shit honorable mentions you gave me this year. Alien 3. I think Predator, we could both say, was dog shit. We've given ourselves some woof.
Yeah, we definitely throw shit at each other when we want to.
Quest 64.
Damn, that's horrible. You know what? Fine. Just one that doesn't have a Karen introduction, but worst game of the year that we gave each other. Travis, I'll let you go first.
You know, my pick for that is not even one I had to play. It's one I had to get. It's Predator. Oh my fucking god.
Oh yeah, I'm there with Predator. Fucking worst game I ever goddamn played in my life.
It made Alien 3 look like Mario 3 in comparison.
Yeah, oh Jesus, that game is so fucking terrible.
Let's
subject.
pick up the pace.
Next subject, yeah. Best racing game of the year. I don't think you would be able to argue with this one. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Karen and I invested hours upon this game, which we had already done on the Wii U, but now the deluxe version delivers so much more. It looks so much sharper, plays so much sharper, and it's just an all-around, like, holy shit. Like, they took Mario Kart and just injected it with steroids, in my opinion. And, there really wasn't a lot for racing games for us this year. There was no need for speeds on Karen's end. There was no, Forzas on my end. It just, was what it was. And Mario Kart there for the both of us really brought us both together back again. We're still continuously trying to play and master it, get all gold stars on every class and everything. It's winter time now. Can't wait for the next blizzard where we really plug at it, which is what we normally do when a blizzard comes. That's racing game of the year 2018 for me.
I'm gonna agree because I feel like I have the fucking right to, even though I didn't play Deluxe, but I played the shit out of the Wii U version. It's basically that. Because honestly, I feel like the only racing game I played this year was some obscure one that I don't even remember right now. I don't play a lot of that. I should play more racing games, but it's just not a genre I gravitate to. So Mario Kart Deluxe for me too is my pick. Yay.
Bro, yay. Best Sony game of the year. I think we could both agree God of War was awesome. Okay, God of War was great. But best Sony exclusive, I would say hands down, and rest in peace, Stan the Man Lee. Spider-Man definitely takes the cake on PS4 exclusive. Travis, could you argue that at all?
I could, but it's a whole other level of nerd, because for me it's Fire Pro Wrestling, which they only had on Steam for years and everyone bitched, and I think it was released physically on PS4. Sorry, but Spider-Man is also really good. I can see why you picked it.
Just such a great soundtrack. The graphics were on point. The fighting system was there.
I agree. Fire Pro was fucking awesome. Thank you, Tannen, for admitting it.
I'm talking about Spider-Man here, bro. Oh. Anyway, they're like...
Shout out to Slam Pigs.
There you go.
But still, though, with Spider-Man, also, we even got, what could be Stan the Man Lee's last cameo in that one.
They said he's up in like 4 more movies he has a cameo in, I read.
Oh, wow. Well, video game-wise, though, I think this is it.
Probably, yeah.
And that's really touching, I kind of hope they release a DLC that's a little bit more stand-based, or something, just to give him a shout out.
Is just like Stan's life coming and up and coming.
Oh my god, yeah. Or where you have to just, I don't know, get pictures of Stan while he's writing the Spider-Man comic. Damn, that would be good.
Trophy unlocked. Denied charges at 90 of sexual harassment by a nurse.
We're going to go lame-o on this
Women's rights.
What? And we're going to go lame-o on this one. Best Xbox One game of the year. which has been out for 2 years, but I still play it. Cuphead, hands down, still rules me on the Xbox One.
Did anything come out exclusively on Xbox this year? Sorry, guys, fans of it.
I think something. Forza, there was Forza.
Forza Horizon.
But which looks really good, but I haven't bought it yet. Cuphead still captivates me with its great hand-drawn animation and all that. A couple of games that we didn't bring up that I really did enjoy this year before we get into best handheld. Southpark, The Fractured Butthole, did finally hit its market this past year. Didn't know what you wanted to call it, an RPG or a brawler or a mixture of both, but I would say on that platform, that game really does take the cake, and it was a great follow-up to Stick of Truth, though I will vote that Stick of Truth was a better South Park game. But still, once again, flying to the fanboys and everything, South Park was a really good game this year. I just wanted to bring it up. Sorry to say it was out of nowhere. It doesn't get any kind of award, but one of my favorite game releases this year. So from here on, we go on to best handheld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best? But does Switch count or no?
No. Switch does not count in best handheld because it can be converted to home console.
All right.
This time we actually stuck to best handheld game.
I'll draw.
That could be 3DS, that can be a PSP game even.
I'll draw First Blood, and you'll know why, because the pun is intended. Castlevania, Aria Sorrow, going all the way back to the GBA. For Halloween this month on the channel, I played a bunch of the GBA games, and man, I just ended up, out of all of them, I just wanted to do footage of it and maybe play 20 minutes. I ended up playing like 11 hours into it, and I just got to go up and, shit comes up, but I want to get back into it. Just dove right back in. Just the best one on the GBA. It's the closest thing to a handheld Symphony of the Night as you're going to get until something comes. I mean, the DS ones, but man, they get so convoluted sometimes, and they kind of lose sight of what Castlevania is all about. I feel like the DS ones, they're good, but for me, Aria Sorrow, there's something about it I just love.
Yeah. Mine's going to go into one that I had completed prior on PS2 and completed on PSP finally. Silent Hill Origins. Oh my god, still such a great fucking game, even on the PSP.
What year was that released again?
I want to say like 2008. I want to say 2008. So you're talking about a 10-year-old game here that has aged extremely well. If you're going to pick up a handheld game and get a PSP, I would highly suggest Silent Hill Origins. Still keeps that creepy background, and also, especially if you're wearing headphones and sitting on the back porch of a lake house with fog rolling up, adds to the ambiance of what I was playing in my own atmosphere. And even at one point, an animal came up that just, there was some animal, I mean, I had to be some kind of cat or a bird, scared the shit out of me. I jumped up out of my chair and ran into the house and slammed the door shut. And Karen's brother Jim woke up and said, "What the hell's your problem?" And I said, "Something just screamed out there." And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's out there all the time."
Wow. Not to mention Origins. Every time you drive down the highway, you'll wonder, where's that truck driver going?
So Silent Hill Origins takes the cake for me this year. It was my best play of spring and summer as far as handheld games go. Let's go ahead and jump into it now. We got the granddaddies coming up, the grandmasters, the chiefs, the heavyweights weighing in here. We have best developer.
You want to ring the bell, Apollo? Best developer of the year, Tannen. Who knocked it out? You know what? We got some games that we didn't even talk about. Blizzard has had its ups and downs this year with everyone shitting themselves with the fucking Diablo on Switch and how good it translated, and like everyone shitting on the announcement of the mobile game for the next Diablo. That's just what, in your opinion, seen a lot of companies have ups and downs this year. Who takes the cake in yours?
Rockstar.
No doubt about it. No doubt. 100% agree. 100% agree. Anybody that had a problem with God of War beating out Red Dead 2 in the last Game Awards, anybody that said it's just another open world game, I mean, I get that, but Jesus Christ, this game is just so well crafted. You can see the time and it went into it, and it's not a game. It's straight up that term everybody says it's video games art. Red Dead 2 is that. You will get lost in that game within 30 seconds of playing it. It's that good.
Red Dead 2 is a new life for you.
It's great.
And also, though, that brings us to Game of the Year. And we're going to actually present this to a very special person. Rockstar got Developer of the Year because we invested so much within his character. Game of the Year goes to Red Dead 2, we would like, Travis, who would we like to present this award to?
Who better? And yes, all of our budget went to getting this guest on because he's my God, breakout star of the year, Arthur Morgan, star of Red Dead 2. Thank you, sir. Welcome here. Game of the Year. Congratulations, Red Dead 2, taking it all home right here in the first ever Reset Button Awards. You're popping the cherry. You did it. How does it feel to get your first ever Tanny? And by all means, what's going on?
Well, I'm going to admit, I don't know what's going on here, but I accept your award very, very happily. How the hell did I get here?
It's a Tanny, sir. A Tanny.
Well, I would like to definitely dedicate this award to my developers who worked, I guess, so hard on making me come to life. And I undoubtedly accept this very much so. And I want to thank you and Tannen.
Well, thank you, Arthur Morgan. From all of our guests tonight at the first ever Reset Button Game Awards 2018, Arthur Morgan Bain, a lovely hostess Karen Tannen. What else can we say? We hope you guys have a great holiday season, a great new year. We will most definitely see you here next year on the Reset Button 2019, kicking it off. Until then, one more time, follow me on Twitter at @TheHibikiTMD. Hit that subscribe right down below for all the best in retro gaming pro wrestling. Slam Pigs Union Smack, Never Drew a Dime, Sunset Strip, the Reset Button, so much goodness, so little time, the Reset Button Awards 2018 for Tan and Karen. We'll see ya next year.